Now, a number of red states have passed fetal harm laws, which would basically prosecute mothers if they miscarry or give birth to a stillborn. One of the victims of such laws was a woman by the name of Rennie Gibbs. When she was 16 years old, she gave birth to a stillborn, and immediately prosecutors started investigating her past. They found that she had done cocaine. However, the fetus was born with the umbilical cord wrapped around its neck. And also, I should note that there were traces of cocaine byproduct in the stillborn baby. However, that is not an indicator that it was the primary cause of the death. So she was taken to court. Prosecutors were going after her very aggressively. And just recently, a judge ruled that, hey, you know what? I'm throwing this case out because this case is against our law. We can't prosecute her because she gave birth to a stillborn. Now, the district attorney in the area is not happy with this ruling, and they are planning to go after her even more aggressively. The Mississippi District Attorney, Mark Jackson, said the state would attempt to try Gibbs' case again in August.
So now we have double jeopardy in this country, meaning that you cannot try the same person for the same crime. But in this case, they're saying, no, it's not the same crime. Before we tried her for murder, this time it's manslaughter. Ha ha.
Yeah.
Now, look, what's amazing about this case is, other than the fact that it should have never been brought, because it appears that the baby did not have any cocaine in its system, it's just a byproduct from yada yada, right? But the amazing part is the judge in this case said, oh no, the Supreme Court settled this. And I understand that you brought the case before the Supreme Court settled it, but since you have brought the case, the Supreme Court ruled on this and said that you cannot try someone for murder, manslaughter, etc., in a case like this.
The exact same thing.
Exact scenario.
So
it's called the Buckhalter case.
Yes, it's Mississippi versus Buckhalter, so it happened in the state as well. And the Supreme Court did rule in it. There were manslaughter charges, and they were dismissed against a woman who had given birth to a stillborn.
Now, when I was a lawyer, the main thing you do is look for cases that were similar so that you can argue that it's precedent.
Right.
If I had found this case in my research, I would have closed the book and be like, we're done with this. Yeah. This is exactly what happened. It's dispositive. There's no question about it.
Which is why they are not necessarily going to try this case. The DA said they're going to attempt to try it. Mm-hmm. There's a good chance that they won't try this case.
No, but
there's a chance. The fact that the DA is wanting to goes to why not close the book and say
No, it's outrageous. No lawyer who's earnestly trying to do their job would try to try this case, no matter what they thought of the policy issue on the legal grounds. But it isn't about legal grounds, it's about politics.
Yeah, it's about politics, it's about emotion. And the biggest issue with this and these so-called fetal harm laws is that anytime a woman miscarries and authorities are made aware of it, or anytime a woman gives birth to a stillborn, she will immediately get investigated. And where do you draw that line, right? So some might argue, okay, if the woman is doing drugs while she's pregnant, then yeah, we should prosecute her. Okay, well, I mean, there are some indications that if you drink caffeine while you're pregnant, that could be harmful to the fetus. You're not supposed to eat sushi. You're not supposed to dye your hair. So are they going to go into the woman's history and try to figure out if she did any of those things while she was pregnant?
Alcohol, cigarettes.
And especially right after she went through a tragedy. She either miscarried or had a stillborn. I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and it feels like sort of an almost expected outgrowth from decades of telling people these people are murdering babies. And it gets people so worked up that they see there's no limit to how far they'll go to try to protect what they see as this aggrieved minority, these babies that are being killed. And I just feel like I empathize with them because they care so much. I wish that they could channel this energy into something more productive, both in terms of pragmatic, it's not going to work if what you say about the lawyers is true. But it just seems like I understand their anger, that they're looking in the wrong direction. If they want to find somebody who's I guess terminated the most pregnancies in the world, it's not women like this, it's God.
Why are they
Nobody has caused more miscarriages and stillborns than God.
If they're so worried about the right to life, why aren't they more up in arms about our lacking gun laws? And the number of people that die on a daily basis because of guns.
Why
like they never talk about that.
Why are the people who are so right to life also the people that are so pro-death penalty? You know?
Pro-death penalty, anti-governmental programs to help the needy, which, by the way, feeds a lot of children.
Yeah.
So it's disingenuous to me. I know some people who are extremely religious do genuinely believe in this cause, and they do believe in programs to help the needy, right? But I think the vast majority of people that are, going out there in the press proposing these crazy-ass laws don't actually actually care about life. They don't care about helping people out.
Right.
They care about some crazy religious belief that makes absolutely no sense at
We
all.
want you to live. We want you to live a really shitty life.
And if God was so pro-life, why did he create death?
Always asking the hard questions.